She sighs heavily, rubs the bridge of her nose. Yeah, okay. I guess that I owe you some answers. Go ahead and say what you want to say. You've got my attention. Tell me about your magic. I need to know more about your capabilities before we enter the field again. What you saw in the tiger's den is what you get. I can make you move faster, I can make you aim better, and I can reduce small groups of assholes to their component atoms. And in a pinch, I'm a crack shot with my duty weapon. So we've got that going for us too. Hey, you know what? In that last battle, your chain lightning didn't hit anyone. You missed every shot of your chain lightning. That's about it. That's what I can do. But like I said, I'm not operating at peak efficiency right now, truth be told. I'm having trouble staying upright. Another hit of drain like the last one and I'll be in trouble. Let's make sure that it doesn't come to that. Alright, keep asking. You kept secrets from Lamb. I want to make sure that you aren't keeping any more from me. I'm sure she is keeping secrets. If I had any more surprises in store, I'd have sprung them on you already, but I don't, SCKC. I'm pissed off, I'm hurt, I'm tired, and I'm scared to death of what's coming. All that I really want to do is lie down and sleep for a month, but that isn't an option either. You expect me to believe that? I mean, if we don't believe it, we're not gonna tell her. Alright, fair enough. Got another question for you though. You told Lamb that you suspected Ku, but not him. Why? Because he was an idealist, a damn cheerleader, truth be told. He was always moralizing, going on about the standards that we needed to hold ourselves to. She grinds her teeth in aggravation. He used to harp on and on about transparency and accountability, about how we were supposed to serve the public first and the council second. Yeah, no, he was a true believer. Idealists are more dangerous than pragmatists in my experience. Yeah, well, you're not wrong there. Obviously, my trusting Lamb was a mistake. Something else that I want to talk to you about. You owe me an apology? Does she? No. I don't really care about apologies. I honestly don't. Like, either you do your job or you don't do your job, right? Like, if you screw something up, then fix it. I don't need apologies. I don't care about apologies. Let's just get down to business. Works for me. You fished Lamb's PDA out of the evidence bag that Chu had you put it in. The device is in bad shape. Its case wrapped, warped and bent, but the screen winks on at your command. The display is streaked with Lamb's dried blood. It looks like red gelatin, thin and watery. You can just make out the text underneath. Browse the PDA's file system. Lamb Andy, secure mailboxes, inbox 2, outbox 3, live chat 1, trash bin 2, junk mail 6,340. Inbox. Package delivery standing orders. From Ku Wallace to Lamb Andy, package delivery. Everything is ready on our end. Now you need to hold up your end of the deal. The package has to be delivered before the wildcat leaves the evidence room, or this whole thing is gonna get messy. Package has to be delivered before the wildcat leaves the evidence room. The package is Chu, right? I'm the package, I guess. Making me the wildcat. She rolls her eyes. What an idiot. If he wanted to speak in code, he could have been a little less obvious about it. If things do get messy, it's your ass, Lamb. Crate wants this to go by the numbers, and that means both the package and the wildcat caught in the same trap. We can't chance the package catching a bullet before we can question it. And a firefight in the hallway could raise questions. You know your job, do it well, and you'll get what you were promised. Cool. Hold on. Lamb isn't with Crate. Like Lamb is working. Like Lamb has been hired by Crate. Lamb is not one of Crate's people. Ku was the task force magical interrogator, right? The pockmarked guy who worked me over before you got to me. Yeah, and now he's a mold of bloody ash decorating the floor of the Tiger's Den's evidence room. Overall, I call that an improvement. Alright, second message. From Crate to Lamb and the standing orders. Mr. Lamb, much as I appreciate your concerns for the citizens of Hong Kong, it is not your place to question my tactics. The behavior of the SDU is none of your concern. Yeah, no, Lamb was not working for Crate. The changes that you hope to see will never come about while Mitsuhama is viewed favorably by the Executive Council. Our client wants to see its reputation tarnished, and a certain amount of heavy-handedness on our part is necessary to make that happen. It's all part of the plan, Senior Inspector. You do your job and let me do mine. Really? The Hong Kong police force. Crate is trying to screw Mitsuhama. Mitsuhama is currently has the contract to run the Hong Kong police force. I guess Crate wants to get rid of Mitsuhama. To get out from under Mitsuhama. So so the cops are basically deliberately doing a bad job and like murdering people. And then they're gonna try to blame it on Mitsuhama's bad management. Alright, so that's where Crate and the people come into this. The massacre at the end of the Kowloon City riots. The police brutality that led to the riots in the first place. They were all intended to hurt Mitsuhama's PR. What's the end goal? Why would anyone spend this much money to tank the reputation of their own police force? Taking out civil authority could be the first stage of a military coup. No, but the message says something about changes. It was pretty hazy in the details though. Yeah, hazy, let's keep reading. Return to the mailbox menu. Outbox. Okay, I'm in. From Andy Lamb to Wallace Koo. Okay, I'm in. Alright, cool. I've reconsidered your proposal and I want in. You were right. Chu is a lost cause. She's corporate to the bone, and trying to argue with her is like talking to a brick wall. She doesn't give a damn about what the Hong Kong police force is supposed to stand for. All that matters to her is the company's bottom line. What is it supposed to stand for, man? They're slaughtering civilians. Oh, fuck you, you little weasel. At least I don't turn on my own people for a paycheck. He's dead, Chu. You killed him. you don't need to fuck him anymore, he's literally dead. It's funny, I used to be such an idealist. I joined the Hong Kong police force because I wanted to help people. But that isn't what this organization is about, whatever the recruiters say. Good cops don't have a place in Mitsuhama's police force. The corporate culture of the Hong Kong police force either changes them if they are weak or chews them up if they're strong. Either way, they wind up broken, and I can't be a part of that machine anymore. That's not Mitsuhama though, is it? The big change you're talking about, the chance to fix things, a real honest-to-God chance, and so as much as I hate your methods, I'm going to help you. Oh, that's... You know what? That's not the right way to think about anything. As much as I hate your methods, I'm gonna help you. I'm not doing it for the money, I'm doing it because I want the Hong Kong police force to be better. And this is a chance to make that happen. A remote chance maybe, but it's better than nothing. Oh no, you're not. It's not changing for the better, Lamb, it's changing for the worse. He's talking himself up, trying to convince himself that he's doing the right thing. That's obvious. Big change, what do you think he's talking about? It sounds like he's expecting some sort of shake-up within the Hong Kong police force. Her frown deepens, yeah, it sounds that way. Tell Crate I'm in, I can bring you Chu and I can help you to dismantle this task force, but you should know that if you've been bullshitting me, if things don't change for the better, I'm coming after you, you can count on that. Tough talk. You think he could have backed it up? Lamb? No, not in a million years. The fool would have gotten himself killed one way or another. Well, he's gotten himself killed, that's for sure. Still, we learned something here. Lamb was convinced that Crate and her people were working towards some sort of shake-up. Working towards some sort of shake-up in the Hong Kong police force. A big change. Ominous words. Yeah, they are. Let's keep reading, see what else we can turn up. Justice. From Andy Lamb to Irene Tong. Justice. Irene, I know that you have every reason to hate the police, but hear me out. What happened to your family was wrong. I'm gonna do everything I can to make it right. I can't bring your husband back, but I can help make sure that the constables who killed him pay for their crime. Big changes are coming, I promise. Between then and now, please allow me to cover your mortgage payments. I've recently come into a large sum of money and I want you to have it. Consider it a show of good faith until I can bring you the justice that you deserve. Jesus Christ, what an idiot. I don't know anything about this, she frowns. Must have been related to some old case of Lamb's, maybe from before he got assigned to the task force. Or maybe it was a personal thing, a friend of his, or a romantic interest. It was someone he cared about, that much is clear. Feels like a motive to me. This woman's husband died, Lamb felt guilty, and he signed on with Cray to try to make amends. Sounds like Lamb blamed Hong Kong police force culture for this woman's family tragedy. Personal crusades have been started for less. Feels like a motive to me. Yeah, maybe. Grouping up the people responsible for the Kowloon City massacre out of guilt, though? She shakes her head. What kind of ass backward thinking is that? The kind that idealists and zealots have always used to justify their actions. Nothing new about it. Maybe he felt that the ends justify the means. This whole thing raises more questions than it answers. Let's keep going. There's to be more in here for us to find. ZZXDSEP004. This message has been corrupted. A meaningless stream of garbled text fills the screen. Alright. Mailboxes. Live chat folder. SCKC. Read the chat exchange. Did you authorize a second mind probe of C while he was unconscious? I'm looking at the transcript of his interview, and he insists that two majors were screwing around with his brain last night. Fiona Chu. No, I was against you having him scanned in the first place, remember? Why would I give authorization for two different majors to poke around in his brain? Chu. I don't know, maybe you wanted the two sets of findings to check one against the other. I know that you have trust issues where magic is concerned. I didn't authorize anything, Lamb, and unless we have a second magical interrogator that I don't know about on the task force, I'm gonna go ahead and guess that he was making it up. Uh-huh. So what? You just want to dismiss this? You don't think it warrants further investigation? In a perfect world, I'd tell you to knock yourself out, but right now, in the world that we live in, there's no time for that. We're too close to Crate to go hunting for a mystery mage who may or may not exist. ... The council doesn't want any more delays, Lamb, neither does Mitsuhama, so drop it and do your job. I don't want to have to tell corporate about this. Alright, Fee, you win for now, but this discussion isn't over. Yeah, Lamb, it is. I'll keep going, SCKC. Let's see what else there is to see. Mailboxes... Junk mail? It'll be the trash bin, right? Junk mail. Lamb's junk mail folder is packed to the gills with all manners of unsolicited messages, scam mail, advertisements for everything from illicit drugs to designer electronics, and countless pornographic images fill the screen. It'd take days to sort through all of this for anything useful, and searching by trial and error would likely expose the PDA to a whole host of nasty worms and viruses. Remind me never to open my own junk folder. Search the junk mail folder for tagged messages. Oh, if you know a tag, you can search for it? Return to the main menu. Trash bin. A little digging reveals a file buried in the PDA's trash can. Looks like Lamb's intended to get rid of it, but he died before he got around to pulling the trigger on it. Read the uncovered file. From crate to Andy Lamb, subject instructions next step. Mr. Koo tells me that you've accepted our offer. Welcome aboard. Once you've delivered to report to me and we'll have you relocated to the Daibo facility. You'll be safe there. We have the location under 24-hour guard for obvious reasons. From there on out, all that you need to do is keep your head down and count your money. You keep up your end, and you're soon to be a very wealthy and influential man. If Crate's client, whoever it is, has something worth guarding in Daibo, then that's what we have to check out next. Let's keep going. This is a good intel, but we need to get everything out of this PDA that we can. Daibo. One file found. Good catch, it's the KC. From Wallace Koo to Andy Lamb, keep your mouth shut. Don't make me regret the fact that I brought you onto this team. Quit haranguing Crate with your high-minded bullshit. She's a busy woman and she doesn't want to hear it. Crate's a businesswoman. She isn't in this to change things. She just wants to get paid. If you keep harping about what the people need, you're gonna piss her off. And then we'll both land on the shit list. I get that you have ideals, I respect them, but repeat this to yourself until it sinks in. The people aren't paying us. Aries. We do what they say, and sometimes that means hurting people. Sack up and deal with it. Shit. If this is true, we've got problems. Aries Macro Technology is even bigger than Mitsuhama is. Aries Asia Holdings has a major presence on the Executive Council. That message didn't have Daibo in it. Remember, Lamb, ultimately everything we're doing is for the greater good. Just wait until you see what's happening in Daibo, oh there it is, with your own eyes, and the change that you're looking for is coming. And as long as everything goes according to plan, it'll be here before you know it. Play it cool and everything will be just fine, cool. Obviously, whoever we were up against was going to have access to money and resources. I expected that, but Ares, well, that's damn near a worst-case scenario for us. She gestures feebly at the screen. Keep reading if you want. I have to think about this for a minute. Alright, well, cool. Oh, wait, what? Read the misfiled junk mail message again. I can't search for more messages in the junk mail. Damn it. Alright, I think that's everything we're getting. There's only one important message in junk mail. She accepts the device, a grim expression on her face. Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe you're right. Chu turns the PDA over in her hand, then flips off the device's power switch. The screen flickers and dies. She rubs her eyes, drawing your attention to the dark hollows underneath them. Alright, so here's what we've got. Crate and her people are working for Ares. They're trying to tank Mitsuhama's reputation with the Executive Council so that they can bring about some kind of change inside Hong Kong Police Force. And they've got a facility in Daibo that they're keeping under heavy guard. It's presumably related to this change in some way. I mean, they probably want to take over the police contract. Sounds about right to me. It isn't much, but it's something. At least we know who's holding Crate's leash. The answer to that question isn't particularly comforting, but it's better than not knowing at all. Maybe it's time to call those friends at Mitsuhama back, huh? This is what they've been looking for, isn't it? My credibility with them has more or less bottomed out at this point, but I'll see what I can do. You go back to your boat and inform the rest of your team. I'll call you when I know more. Got it, I'll go talk to them. Good, I'll be in touch. Alright, gonna talk to our team. When can I try out my new gun? Hey, is this campaign gonna be really long? I thought this campaign was gonna be like 3 or 4 missions and that'd be it. Is this gonna be like a full-length campaign?